This morning, Atari unleashed a shotgun blast of different hardware and software product announcements that are going to have the internet buzzing for the next hours or days or weeks or months leading up to the fall, and I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on all this in the comments, so let's get started. Hey there, welcome back to GenXGrownUp. I'm John, I am a GenXGrownUp. Thank you for taking the time to check out this video. Yeah, and just revealed today, Atari's new collaboration with Namco for several new products and offerings. And I'm going to start with the big boy. So this I didn't necessarily see coming, but 45th anniversary of Pac-Man, so the Atari 2600 Plus Pac-Man Edition. Now, let's start with the console. The console is shipping in Pac-Man Yellow. Yeah, that's from the press release. Now, the hardware, I'm assuming, is going to be the same updated 7800 Plus internals, which is going to mean we get the benefit of the improved performance and compatibility and features that we got with the 7800 Plus. Assuming there, haven't analyzed all the parts list or anything, but that would make sense, right? I don't think they would go with the 2600 Plus, the original one. This is likely the updated hardware. But at any rate, this new Pac-Man edition of the 2600 Plus is part of Atari's Plus initiative, which means cross-compatibility with all the controls and everything. Of course, 7800 compatibility is in there too, very much like the previous two consoles that we got. And a quick refresh, if you're not familiar with these Plus consoles, these are modern consoles that play physical cartridges but plug in via HDMI to your modern television, power USB-C, so much easier to get in and play those old physical cartridges than maybe you would have trying to set up an old console to your TV with adapters and everything. Now, it's not just the console though. The console is cool. It has a backlit Pac-Man and Ghosts on the front, along with that backlit Atari on the front panel, but it also comes with a new wireless joystick. Now, this is the CX-40 Plus wireless controller, again in Pac-Man Yellow, and it has, this is kind of a throwback, a stick top badge like we would have seen on the CX-10 in 1977 that either had like the Sears or Atari badge on top. It's going to have a little Pac-Man badge on top. So a controller that's paired with the console that you can then play Pac-Man on. But what if you don't have Pac-Man? Well, good news, there's a game packed in to this console, and it's called the Pac-Man Double Feature Cartridge. Now, my buddy George is going to be thrilled by the fact that it includes the original 1982 version of Atari 2600 Pac-Man is included. I think, to my memory, this is the first time that's been relicensed for release. They're clearly working with Namco here to make this work, because I haven't seen that on other compilations in the past because of the licensing, right? So, but not only is that there, also if you don't want to play that version of Pac-Man, you know what I mean, then maybe you want to play something closer to the arcade. This double feature also includes a new 7800 edition of Pac-Man, which is going to be more arcade accurate. You can see how it looks here. Now, maybe, I'm not sure, this looks like the work of our old friend Bob DeCrescenzo. I'm not certain that this is his work, but he's done certainly tons of Pac-Man ports in the past of 7800. This looks like his work. I'm willing to bet money that it might be his. Anyway, not saying it is him, I just think it probably looks like his stuff. So, that's not all though. That's a package that's available, and you can order shortly, I think later in July in a few days. But also, they're offering more CX-40 wireless controllers. Now first I have to tell you, the CX-40 Plus wireless controller is a great controller. I keep it hooked up to my computer for emulation because it has that USB dongle, right? So you can play it with a 9-pin plug dongle on a Plus console or a classic console, or you can play it on your computer. So in addition to having the one that's packed in, you can get the Pac-Man Yellow stick available separately. 4 more CX-40 Plus wireless sticks in the Ghost colors. We have Blinky Red, Pinky Pink, Inky Blue, and Clyde Orange. Now these are the same CX-40 Plus wirelesses that we saw with the USB dongle for PCs or for the 9-pin dongle for consoles. And it also has the badges where instead of Pac-Man on these other Ghost ones, it has the pictures of the Ghosts on the top of them. Now, I don't know that I need 5 more wireless controllers, but now I kind of do. Because you want to have all 5, right? You want to have the yellow and the Ghosts behind it, and it's a neat idea. And all of this is slated for a Halloween release, October 31st of 2025. I think maybe that should mean end of October, but sometime in October it's releasing. According to the trailer, the 31st. But that's not all. That's not all. I also saw new downloadable content coming for the Atari 50 package. So this is that big package that we had DLC when they got in television stuff. We had DLC with the, oh my god, the console wars with that stuff. And if you haven't seen this, you should check out Atari 50. I know it's a couple years old now, but they keep making it new and refreshed. And it's the history of Atari in software, plus it's all playable. So now with this collaboration with Namco, there's new DLC coming for Atari 50 to align with this Pac-Man Anniversary 2600 Plus called the Namco Legendary Pack. Now this is new DLC. It's going to have new interactive timelines, so a new timeline you can go through and see all these. They always have like artifacts and articles and commercials and stuff like that. It's the history, this was weird to me, the history of Bandai Namco titles on Atari hardware. Includes multiple versions of Atari Pac-Man, GALAGA, Galaxia, Dig Dug, and XEVIOUS, along with, as I said, video interviews, archival materials, documents, photos from the era, all that stuff. Now, I say, because at first I thought it was odd featuring Namco in Atari's history. But since the focus is on Namco games on Atari hardware, well, they found a way to put it on message enough for inclusion for my money. So, and that opens the door for other stuff. Talk about that in a second. But we're not done. We have another announcement. A collection of 4 new and reissued cartridges with refurbished artwork are coming in a bundle, and that is called the High Score Collection. Now, the Namco theme, it includes GALAGA 7800, XEVIOUS 7800, Dig Dug 7800, and then that Pac-Man double feature from the 2600 Plus that has the 7800 Pac-Man as well as the 2600 Pac-Man on there. Now, ironically, though this is called the High Score Collection, I don't see any mention anywhere in the press of any kind of high score saving enabled for these cartridges. That was the first thing I thought. But I'm guessing that maybe high score here is invoking like the arcade roots of these titles, since we were always questing for the high score for things like this, right? So pre-orders for that, July 23rd, also shipping in October. They don't give a date, but sometime in October. I'm guessing end of October, just like all this stuff I would expect coming late October of this year, 2025. So that's a lot of new stuff to unpack and look forward to this fall. What do you make of all of this? Are you interested at all in getting your hands on a Pac-Man themed 2600 Plus, or thinking about nabbing a couple of those Pac Ghost joysticks? Or what about the Namco DLC for Atari 50? Does that open the door for other legendary packs focusing on other publishers whose games appear on Atari devices? That can make this Atari 50 an ongoing platform that just keeps building. And then we have the new physical hardware cartridges. Physical hardware, that's redundant. Physical cartridges, the real cartridges that you can get to plug into these Plus consoles, including that Pac-Man. So I think Dig Dug and XEVIOUS are reissues. GALAGA, no, maybe that's a reissue too. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that was out there. My 7800 history is fuzzy. I think maybe those all appeared on there. Anyway, what do you think of all this? I want to hear what you think down in the comments. Is this something, any of this, all of this, something interests you? Something coming this fall that you want to pick up? I'd love to get a discussion going down in the comments. So let me know what your thoughts are. We're going to keep an eye on these products as they evolve. We'll get more news about them. Meanwhile, I'm going to post links to other Atari info and Pac-Man stuff over my shoulders here and here. I certainly hope you found something to enjoy in this quick video. Can't wait to talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.